GM Farcaster. It is. Okay, can you hear me now? Let's hope that worked. And hopefully we can just start all over again. We're having a great day today. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hopefully you can hear me now. Let me know if you're listening to me. Great. Thank you so much. Let's start that over. Okay. So this is going to be a banner of a day, right? Oh, and I'm still waiting on heavyweight. Okay. So start this over again. Adrienne is headed into New York City for the Farcasting for Farcaster writing hackathon. And I'm waiting on Heavyweight to join me as my guest co-host, but we're going to just plow on here and head along until she gets here. And what I was saying was that I'm excited to see what people end up writing about. Linda had mentioned a beginner's guide to Farcaster. I think that will be amazing to see, super useful. And what's going to happen is that we're going to be sort of curating and collecting all these different writing pieces, and they're going to be published in different places. So individual writers will be publishing them, and then we'll be doing a collection on chain as well. So really excited to see this all come together. Moving on, this from Horsefacts, new on Warpcast, verify your Coinbase smart wallet. Link your wallet from apps like MoshiCam and SpeedTracer to your Farcaster account by signing a message. Go to settings, verified addresses to start, live on web and mobile. So just another integration, which I think is fantastic. The first time I've used the smart wallet was with MoshiCam because that's the way it was set up. So that pushed me to actually do that. So that was pretty cool. This from V, this was yesterday. The dev call started, this was when it was starting in 15 minutes, but they were discussing longer cast, external cast data, storage changes, and hub performance changes. And the reason I wanted to pull this was you can see all of the information about the dev call on the Notion site, including recordings back to the calls. So if you missed it yesterday, go check that out. This from Chuck Stock at Chuck Stock Charlie. I'm super excited to announce a 1.75 million founding round co-led by Lemniscap and Varian for Far World Labs. Additionally, we have Base Ecosystem Fund led by Coinbase Ventures as our follow-on investor. At Far World Labs, we're reimagining social on-chain gaming, social times on-chain times gaming. We're building the Zynga of Farcaster, where games and social media meet. So this is exciting. I think that, this is a great use case too for frame games, because I've noticed like those are just really fun, easy, so easily integrated. I think originally when frames came out, that was sort of the thought process, was it's going to be for those interactive, sort of fun, very low time consuming games that just you just pop in and pop out. So we'll see how this comes along. I'm excited for Far World Labs. So congratulations there. Interface also just made a new integration with Farcaster identities. So Interface now supports Farcaster identities. Some time ago, Farcaster team migrated to ENS subdomains that are stored off-chain for better UX and wider ecosystem composability. We now support them too. So this is an exciting new integration. I love Interface. It's really fantastic. And I think it's such a great way to sort of see what's really trending. When you can see what people are minting, then you know what's really trending, and seeing those notifications pop up. Also, if you're collecting our podcasts in your wallet, especially if you're our Hypersub and you're getting them automatically, they come up within the Interface platform really nicely, and you can watch the show right within there. Worked with him for years at Shapeshift, super-based engineer and leader. Thanks, Willy Wonka. That is good to know. A few more things happening. Really still hoping that Erica's going to wake up. Wake up, Erica. Because I really wanted to talk to her about the Seed Club demo day yesterday, because it was pretty amazing. So we'll talk about it a little bit, but it would be fun if she was here. Oops, that was my other one. I'm going to circle back to that when I have somebody to chat with about it. But let me just show this from Beta Shop, and then I'll probably circle back to this if Erica pops up, or if, yeah, she might be doing a side quest. Yes, you're correct. So we'll talk about this either that or on Monday when Adrienne's back. On today's Farcaster dev call, DWR repeatedly stated that the #1 priority is to improve the quality of content on the network. I think he's wrong. Let me tell you why. Disclosure, I told Dan I was going to write this. I hope it spurs some debate. By the way, nice long cast. So again, this is only fun if Adrienne's here, when I can probe her on that. The #1 most important priority is for Farcaster to become more on-chain. Quality content already exists in other places, and there's no reason or benefit for it to come to Farcaster unless there's some uniquely on-chain elements that vastly improve it. And to be honest, most of the content that gets lots of engagement on crypto Twitter is polarizing debates that the FC community hates. The world doesn't need another place to yap about the NBA. It does need better ways to wager, play fantasy games, get access to behind the scenes content. The world doesn't need another place to yap about what you cooked. The world does need more ways for foodies to get rewarded for sharing great recipes. The way to win is by using on-chain to change the paradigm and lure people in with benefits as they emerge. Thank you, everyone who have joined the debate. Polite disagreements about the future of Farcaster are good content. So this gets into a whole discussion around retaining daily active users and how quality content helps with that. And I'd love to hear in the chat, either the YouTube or on Lonely Chat, what you think about that. Is it the content that you keep coming back for? Is it the people? What is it that you think is going to drive more adoption? So this from Dan: what will drive retain daily active users if not for quality content? Examples of only on Farcaster that exist today that is driving retention right now. Well, what are examples? Signups. Retention right now is driven by Cozy Corner for on-chain builders, which enables them to connect and get work done, collaborate, advance, promote, etc. So I do think that is right now what's driving people to Farcaster, is the builder energy. And how do you expand that out beyond just the builders, I guess, is the question. So why not yap about what we cooked? Yep, definitely can do that as well. But what's the on-chain connection too? I do agree that that's what makes it special on Farcaster rather than other platforms. So how can we tie that in? And that's something that, I think everyone's thinking about and trying to drive towards is how do we better? I think that's the question of crypto in general, not just for Farcaster, is how do we drive the value of on-chain and share the value of on-chain? Or yap about the postcards we are sending. Yes, Naomi, absolutely. People in content and postcards, all of the above. Absolutely. I do think that this is an area where we'll see greater development as well. I know there's a bunch of different new clients that are approaching content differently. And I think that we'll see more of those experiments as well. This from Willy Wonka in the chat. I think Farcaster is being strategic with sufficient decentralization. Posts aren't on chain, but anyone can run a Farcaster hub and read right to it. That's a big improvement over the status quo, plus has the nice benefit of not having to pay gas to store each cast on chain. True. So it does save costs there. So I think that, it's going to be interesting to see the different experiments. I know for us with GM Farcaster, experimenting with things like CastOut and some other games and things that we're going to be doing soon is a way that we're trying to see if we can develop more original content for the ecosystem as well. All right. And speaking of original content, actually, I should show this. Hold on. We're going to show this one differently. So this is an ad from Noun40 that is so good, but you guys have to see the video. And it's for the ETF that Bitwise has. So let me start this over and turn this.
So look, everyone's different. Hello, I'm Ethereum.
And I'm Big Finance.
You okay? You look really tired.
Just calling it a day.
But it's 4 p.m.
Yeah, and I've been working nonstop since 9:30 this morning, so.
9:30? You don't say.
Yep. You'd want a little shut-eye too if you've been moving billions around the world.
Well, actually I do. Stablecoins, NFTs, loans. People can access me 24/7.
What?
But look, everyone's different. You should get your rest. You've had a long day.
Well, I have, haven't I?
Definitely. You'll get after it tomorrow.
Tomorrow's Saturday.
Monday. You'll get after it again on Monday.
Monday.
Hello.
I love this. I thought this was so creative. And the really cool thing, speaking of on-chain, who goes to bed in a suit? Naomi, only in an ad, is it's the first national ad that is going to be on-chain. So, or I think there's been others, actually, if I think about it. I think Coinbase has done a few. But the first one for an ETF. So that is, you can mint that on Zora, which I think that is really fun. And so congratulations to Bitwise on that. Really well done and very, very fun. So let me go back in here. Usually I have somebody else to yap to. This is hard. This is definitely harder when I'm by myself. Although the chat is helping tremendously. I appreciate you. Okay, moving on. We've got a few more things to chat about in here. Farcaster, this is from DWR, Farcaster brand account power rankings. Number 1, Polymarket, no surprise there. Uniswap, Shibuya Films. I don't know why I have such a problem with that word. And MetaMask. And I'm not sure what the categorization was here, or how you determined the power rankings. I'm assuming just from followers and cast content, but there was a question in here. What about Rainbow? And from Mike Rainbow, say what? How is MetaMask ahead of Rainbow? We have more followers and also have a power badge, and they don't. They're funny. Rainbow feels more corporate. Need more Mike Rainbow energy. I don't know. Interesting. I think that I think Mike is the one who normally is casting on his account rather than Rainbow's account. So I think that was the difference. But very funny. All right, moving on. This from the Nanar Frame Studio. I thought this is fantastic from Antimo. About to start working on a landing page for NFS, and I realized that the feature list is massive. No code, remix frames, GIFs, upload or link pics, built-in image compression, text input, frameception, mint with warps, unlimited pages, analytics, slideshow, auto linking, drag and drop reordering, easy AR switch, new UI, Dell stick is cooking. We don't do a good enough job of talking about this. And I think that is pretty amazing. I've been seeing that Dylan has been sharing little videos of the new features on this, on Nanar Frame Studio. And it is pretty impressive. I haven't had a chance to actually dive in and create a frame yet. On my list, really need to. So if you have created a frame, have you tried the Nanar Frame Studio and how is it going? I'd love to know. And drop a link into the frame in the chat. All right, this from Nikki Boost. The Sandbox has bought degen. It seems we can shout again. Degen to $1. The Sandbox is a global community dedicated to supporting visual artists and creators. We believe that the culture of creativity is a cornerstone of the open metaverse. Take time to engage in and help grow the Web3 ecosystem to benefit those who are part of it. To further this objective, we purchased several popular meme coins, including Pepe, Shib, Meme, degen, Doge, and Bonk. And that's pretty impressive that degen was part of that list of meme coins. So that's kind of exciting that there is some conviction there that they're going to be around as long as Doge or Shib. That's pretty cool. This from Chicago. I loved this one. Of course, Chicago. We love this this Moshi Cam. This is Moshi, GM Farcaster, and VIP. My new 30-day challenge. I'm going to mint a photo a day, a Moshi Cam, and it's going to cost me about $12. That's crazy. Who wants to join? So she minted this really cute one with the Riot Girls, Riot Ghouls VIP, very internet person frame, and the GM Farcaster shirt. We love you for that. Thanks, Chicago. I love all the different pictures that are being shared. It's so fun. This from IYK and OP, Artist Open Call. We partner with Optimism to create chipped merch at FWB Fest 24. If you are a visual artist, we want to see how you envision optimism as a feeling. We will select one artwork to be featured on the Optimism piece of merch during FWB Fest. So if you're an artist, go jump on this open call. Pretty cool. Looking forward to seeing what the merch is. And anyone else going to FWB Fest? Tell me in the chat. All right. This from Ted. This is really exciting. Summer at Club Ted. She's going to be in New York City next week. So this from Ted. See you next week with Nonlinear. Can't wait. RSVP and thread below for co-working throughout the week. Shout out Eddie and Ilaz for help. Club Ted Poker, Higher Running with Zach, NYC Pizza Bracket with Zinger, Mr. Ludlow, and Mark Fishman. That sounds really fun, by the way. We'll also play it by ear. Hope to see many of you. So if you are going to be in New York City and want to jump in here, definitely check out Summer at Club Ted for next week, June 24th through the 26th. I really need Adrienne for this one. So Adrienne, if you're listening, this is really funny. So Vitalik posted this little chart yesterday: active, passive, pod, and far. Be a podcaster, be a farcaster, live in a pod, live far away. And of course, we live at the intersection of be a podcaster and be a farcaster, right at the very top of active. So I have placed us there. This was in response to a larger conversation that was happening regarding social media and propaganda. So there was actually a much bigger discussion happening here. And then, of course, I just, added myself to it. This was from Vitalik. Prior to that post was the Galaxy brain chain doesn't end there. The next step is realizing that the line news is propaganda is itself propaganda to make social media dwellers think they're safe because social media is not news and absorb social media propaganda more uncritically. Interesting. And this was a response to Fight with Memes. And then Bingy from OP, the next step after that is realizing that social media propaganda is propagated by an entirely different segment of interest from politics ad hungry platforms that intentionally show you polarizing things to get you scrolling to see the McDonald's ad. At this point, you either join Farcaster or become a hermit. So that led to the meme of be a podcaster or be a Farcaster, be a podcaster. I think that, we've seen the weaponization of social media over the past few years, and I think we can now start to like take it back with Farcaster and social networks, in other decentralized social networks as well, hopefully to try and better control that sort of thing. This from Nounspace Tom, Willy Wonka, I think you know him. He's also from the ATX. GM Space Cadets, today's the day. In 11 minutes, this was a few days ago. 11 minutes staking for space begins. Head over to space.nounspace.com and deposit your stealth to start earning space tokens. So they're recently launched space. If you're not familiar with what Nounspace is going to be a new client funded by Nouns. That is going to be a Farcaster client very soon, coming out in 11 hours, 11 days, 11 minutes, and 11 seconds. This was 10 hours ago. So it's very exciting, coming very soon. And I'm excited to see all the Nouns clients and how a channel or a community can launch their own Farcaster client and see how that works in terms of how are we going to mesh all the other things that are on there. So I think a solely Nouns focused client isn't going to be as successful as one that maybe makes it easier for those who want just that focus, but also keeps us integrated as well. And I think Nounspace is going to do that. So excited to see that. So thanks, Nounspace Tom. I don't know if anyone else met Nounspace Tom in Austin during Consensus, but he is quite a handsome fellow. A little bit stiff. And if you don't know, Nounspace Tom is cardboard. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, he can be a little stiff because he's made of cardboard. This was from I Speak Nerd. This was so fun last night. And Nounish Prof won Catan 6/20/24. Brennan scheming and queen making the whole time. So we played Catan in the tabletop gather area. Super fun. Settles of Catan, if you're not familiar. And I ended up winning, which was just a little bit of icing on the cake. So really fun. Love what Tabletop is doing. Check them out. If you haven't checked out I Speak Nerds Tabletop Hypersub, highly recommend you do. It gives you early access to things. And also you get to support the Tabletop channel and their activities. And they're going to be doing a lot more coming up soon and planning a lot more IRL activities as well. I know there was just one in New York, a little game get together. And I know that I Speak Nerd is planning some things in LA for the summer with Club Ted. So look for those coming soon. This was yesterday. For those who may have missed it, CastOut casted out one more player, and this time it was Kristen. This was a big moment because I didn't see this coming. It was a bit of a blindside to Kristen for sure, and to me, I did not expect this. So, and Kristen has been casted out. Adrienne played her immunity idol for Grace, saving her from certain death by Mole. There were 2 votes for Grace and 3 for Kristen, and because Grace had the hidden immunity idol from Adrienne, none of Grace's votes counted, and Kristen got 3. Anyway, Monday we head into the last challenge. One will win immunity, and 2 of the other 3 will be casted out. So yes, it's another halving, and then the final 2 will go ahead to head with the jury to see who is the sole survivor. So heading into this week, we are finishing up CastOut Season 0. And we'll have a winner by the end of the week on Thursday. So we're going to get down to 2 very soon. We have one more challenge that'll launch on Monday, and everyone will be able to play along. So look for that. I'll announce it on GM Farcaster Monday morning, and it will start around noon on Monday. So very exciting. Lastly, yesterday was Seed Club Demo Day. I was hoping to get Heavyweight in here. She must be exhausted. So I think she forgot. I don't blame her. I asked her very last minute, but it was really a great demo day. Lots of our Farcaster friends in there, including Unofficial, which is Christopher and Erica, and Ponder with Kojo and Ben, Bracket Game with John and TLDR, and Winnie from Chipped is another one, and there's one more that I'm forgetting. Enjoy was also featured, and I'm forgetting another Farcaster project, but they were amazing. They did a fantastic job with their presentations, 5-minute presentations. They've all been working with Seed Club for the past 3 months. They were funded to do some acceleration in their businesses that they're building. And then these pitches will become what they'll pitch to investors as well. So really excited for everything that's coming. We'll have to have Erica come back on and talk about Unofficial and everything they're building. They're building some really cool things with data and discovery. And just a shout out to Christopher, showed up with this new mustache and threw everybody off. So in the chat, in the demo day, was just over and over again when $stash coin. So excited for that as well, should that ever happen. And that is it for me. And that I think you all just witnessed the first time I've ever done the show all by myself. So normally I have somebody to talk to. But that wasn't bad. It did pretty well. So thank you all for being in the chat and also letting me know that my sound wasn't coming through for the first minute there. And I hope everyone has a very happy Friday, a wonderful weekend. And if you're going to be joining us in the Writers Hackathon, we'll see you in just a little bit. 11 a.m. We're going to start with an opening session that will stream from the New York IRL event to those who are participating in the URL event. So happy Friday, everybody, and have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you Monday. Bye-bye.